Say subscribe.
Subscribe.
Thank you.
I worked at an LA drug rehab for 3 years, and some of our patients had been in San Quentin, some had been in Star Wars. We had postal workers, we had Oscar winners, and I got to tell you, the feelings, the reasons that they were there are basically the same. I've worked with celebrities in my private practice who've driven up to my house in $200,000 cars, and they're suicidal. You know, like the antidepressant commercial, there's a little dark cloud that follows that Mercedes wherever it goes. The young, the rich, the famous, yeah, they have it all, including neurosis, fear, anxiety, self-consciousness, confusion, rage, depression. Parents. My parents are Holocaust survivors. I was named after my mother's sister, Hanala, who was put to death with her children in a gas chamber. Always a peppy thought. One time I said to my mother, "Ma, you found out your whole family was murdered. Then you hid in the forest for years not knowing if you were about to die. How did you do it?" And she said, "It was no vacation." And that's how I came up with a title for my book, if I ever finished it. And it would be called, "My Parents Went Through the Holocaust and All I Got Was This Lousy T-Shirt," using the Jewish gift of covering tremendous pain with humor in order to survive. So I started burying my pain when I was very young. Addicts are very good at burying our pain. We don't want to face it. It doesn't matter what the world thinks of you. If you have negative self-talk, life is gonna hurt. You know, these celebrities are not immune to worry. People judging them, will they work again? Do they really suck? Will they make a big mistake? They have an image to uphold. Think if it were you. There's bad reviews, long hours, paparazzi getting that $1 million shot of you getting out of your limo in your miniskirt and no underwear. And there's an element of isolation. What are they going to do? Just go to the store? As well as being a drug addict and an alcoholic with 24 years of sobriety, I'm also an ex-agoraphobic. I didn't ever want to leave my room, and there was no one trying to photograph my cellulite. I mean, imagine, the more your belly hangs out, the bigger the zit, the lumpier the cellulite, the more the photographer gets for the shot. He's motivated. And it's hard to go through life holding in your stomach. I know this. When I got sober, I went back to food. I didn't want to weigh 160 pounds again. You know, it's funny when, hysterical, when food is your addiction, everybody knows when you're using. Having parents who are Holocaust survivors, I didn't have the right to feel bad or complain. Like my mother would say, "What, is a Nazi chasing you? You should be happy." And celebrities have problems of abundance, which are still problems, and who are they going to complain to? Wah, you're depressed, sitting there with tears falling on your platinum record or your Oscar, and they get like $5 million a movie. You know, before they made it, maybe they thought they were defective, inferior, a loser. Maybe they thought they were a loser for most of their lives. It doesn't matter how many awards they win, because the thrill of winning disappears quickly and they're left feeling like a loser again. Plus, they feel guiltier because they know they should be grateful for their good fortune, and the guiltier an addict feels, the more they feel like using drugs to stop the feelings. And a lot of them suffer from the imposter syndrome. You know, they're going to find out that I have no talent, take back the Grammy. And they're on husband number 4, he can't fix it either. And they can't soothe themselves by themselves. They need a little help from Seagram's, their dealer, Philip Morris. And also there's an element of talent and genius and madness. It seems like they can be linked. And it's not a matter of being smart. I mean, Bill Clinton was a smart man. But something other than smart was at play when he was with Monica in the Oval Office. Maybe sex addiction? And look at Albert Einstein. He could split an atom, couldn't comb his hair. It's like there are two brains, one that thinks and one that feels. And when the feeling brain is freaked out, it can become like a gorilla and squash the thought process. So basically it says, shut up thinking brain, I want to use drugs. And drugs put the thought police to sleep. One of my celebrity clients told me that he could never run out of drugs because everybody wanted to hang out with him and they knew he liked drugs, so they'd always come over with drugs. And I don't care how big you are, insecurity hits on every level. Marlon Brando was a fan of my old TV cable show, and we became friends, and I called him when I saw The Freshman to tell him how much I liked it, and he sounded like an insecure little boy. Really? I had jet lag, and I thought I caught a cold on the plane, and it made me feel terrible, and it was kind of like my dog ate my script. And I've also been asked what I thought about celebrities treating rehab like a day spa. You know, in for 3 days, out for a few weeks, back in after they've been photographed partying again. And you know something, partying is an interesting term to describe the irrational behavior of throwing one's life away on drugs and alcohol in an attempt to alleviate anxiety and emotional pain. And day spa, well, there's a lot more vomiting in rehab. It's not easy. They're detoxing. They're being forced to face issues they've been trying to medicate away. Often it's unbearable. I mean, strong men have run from rooms screaming, "Come get me," and bring the pills. And patients flee rehab centers because they can't take the fear, the anxiety, the confusion, the feelings of powerlessness, especially for celebs who've wielded power. Now they're being told, here, scrub the toilet and give me your cell phone. They want to go back to the entourage who loves them and never asks uncomfortable questions. And they go AWOL because they can't take the feelings. They can't take them another day. One of the mistakes that addicts make is they confuse being sober with somber. People like to have fun. We like to laugh. We need to laugh. Laughing is like a massage for your soul. That's why celebrities who can make people laugh are paid so much money. It's valuable. And it's also one reason AA meetings work so well, because we recovering addicts laugh at the most painful and pathetic times of our lives. Not as it's happening, but later as we're sober.
Don't